Wakefield, and one near Kettering. And the reason we're in the one near Kettering is their online store is served by the one near Kettering, and also the Skegness store is served by Kettering. And Skegness, because of all the Sheffield people go on holiday, Morrison Skegness is one of our, used to be, when you said it individually, was one of our biggest stores. But going into depot, by delivering now to a depot, it means that we're now ranged in 56 stores out of Wakefield and 7 out of Kettering. So we're now ranged in 63 stores where it was 28. But we've done that with them, we've done that with Asda, we've done it with Tesco, and so it's been a means of us getting out, into more places. And we're now in stores right the way from, say, Berwick in the north, right the way down to North Notts in the east of England. So we've gone from Sheffield, South Yorkshire, now to Yorkshire and beyond. And we also built a better relationship with a company called Booths. Booths is a supermarket in the northwest. Now Booths have a joint venture with the Waitrose. They don't compete with each other. So Booths do the northwest, Waitrose do everywhere else. And we're now sort of getting into more and more Booths stores. And again, we deliver there to a depot and it goes out. So getting into depot has been the major, still got some gluten free, that's been a small bit. It's been going into depot that's actually been seen most of our work. Then cost control, still about the box, I'll show some other things a bit. And also quality accreditation. We need, if you're a new company, if we're making that for the first time and we went to a supermarket now, the first thing they say to us is, where's your quality accreditation? And when we were in the old building, we would have had to have said no, so it would have gone nowhere. Because we'd always been supplying people, then we got away with it. But Waitrose and Tesco were pushing really hard, where's your quality accreditation? So moving to the new building meant that we were able to get that quality accreditation last year, and then we've just been re-accredited, and guess what, it was in September this year, so we've got that accreditation again, and also they changed all the rules, and we were the first ones in the country to have to be accredited to the new rules, so that was good fun. So getting that, moving to the building, the new building, helped us with that enormously. We would not have got it in the old building. Just on cost control, what we do now is we buy everything in bulk. All this is acetic acid, syrup, salt, vinegar, and everything's in bulk. It's really kept our costs down. And this year, raw materials worldwide are going down. We all know that. And so we are continually, like people are squeezing us, we're continually going to our suppliers, making sure that prices don't go up and then perhaps come down. We're also now much more accurate in the way we mix. This is how we mix nowadays. 3 vats, there's 1,000 litres in each one of these. Henderson's in the whole building used to be in a barrel like that. It used to be in a barrel with the thing that looked like an oil, and that's how Henderson was mixed in the old building. Well, now obviously, and whatever came out of there, it was obviously different every day. I have to say that. We can say that now. Now everything is the same. Everything, the product, the quality of the product is always right, and also, there's less wastage because now we know we're mixing it correctly. There's just a lot less wastage than there was in pouring it from one thing to another. We also buy, as I said, that bulk. That's our glass. Actually, it goes further back here as well. Unlike glass, that's the biggest cost to us is glass. Glass is the biggest cost of that bottle. Not that one, but the other one. And so we buy glass in really big quantities so as to keep the cost down. That's our quality certification. Now this will surprise you. Henderson's advertising budget every year is nil. And that's what we work on. We always work on a nil advertising budget. We have actually spent £500 this year. I own up. I've spent £500. But that's just what we spend. But what we do is we try and engage with people. And by engaging with people, we get a lot of free advertising. We've got today joint promotion, so the Wetherspoons thing I've told you about already. So they designed this, and they designed it so that Henderson could fit in it. Yorkshire Crisps. Yorkshire Crisps' biggest seller is Henderson's Crisps. Sheffield company, proper pasty. Every 2 days, they're on the same site that we are on the Parkway, just off the Parkway. Every 2 days, 40-foot trailer turns up with pasties in it. And then they've got shops, they've got bands all around Sheffield and that, sandwich bands with selling pasties and that. They've got some shops, got one in the centre of town, one near us. They've got one in Bath. They've got a few all over the place, just opening one in Whitby. And they do a Henderson's relish pasty as well. That's made in Cornwall. It's nice, a bit peppery, but very nice. And we've got involved with the university. The students are important to us in the fact that there's 94,000 students in Sheffield, obviously with yourselves, with Hallam, and with the college. We do that by, like myself coming this afternoon, having a chat to you. We've got involved with the DMA history course, doing the old building with yourselves as well. Then with Hallam, we had one of their food engineering meetings actually at Henderson's. We won one of their Eat Sheffield awards this year. We also get involved with, company, with Expose magazine. Expose magazine is a student magazine around Sheffield. That's where £100 of my £500 went this year in their magazine. And that's because we won an Expose award, so we did a full page advert in the next magazine. But where we are really lucky is in the media. We have this year been on Look North twice. Obviously Sheffield Live locally, front page of the Star and inside quite often in the Sheffield Telegraph. We were in the London Evening Standard. Somebody bought some bottles off us and some specials which I'll talk about in a minute, and gave them to his customers, which are mainly London based, so that got reported in London. Jay, I can't remember his name, food correspondent of The Guardian, he occasionally mentions us in The Guardian. Yorkshire Life, they did a 4-page expose on Henderson. Didn't cost us anything at all, it was just to talk about local food. Yorkshire Post, we were in Yorkshire Post about 2 months ago, and we've been in the Dalesman. So we get all of this free advertising. People call it PR, but it is PR. But obviously that's how we get ourselves to the forefront. We've also developed quite a sort of a reputation for making special labels, and there is now a club actually and a Facebook page just on special. We don't have anything to do with it yet and that, but there is one out there, and people collect them avidly. For instance, that is an Arctic Monkeys bottle. Arctic Monkeys did you'll perhaps recognise that label. When they did a concert in Sheffield, they had 600 of these made, and they were sold in 6 minutes. On eBay, they go for £60. So that is worth £60, and that's how collectible they are. We've got one in the cabinet of work that's signed. In fact, it's there by the Arctic Monkeys. So if I ever have a bad sales month, I'm just going to put that on eBay. So I'll do all right. Nick Clegg came and when the Tour de France was launched, we did a Tour de France label. Nick Clegg came and just bottled some, popped in on well, he's doing a tour of places to launch the Tour de France, and bottled something of that. That's Clive Betts, local MP. There's some other ones there. There's a Jess Ennis one in the building. But of the specials, we do some ourselves, and we only ever do, we don't do any more than 2 a year. Usually we do them with charities. But that's one for St Luke's, and we did 30,000 of those, and we did a donation to St Luke's on that. But we did 50,000 of these with the Children's Hospital this year. It was a big thing in the Children's Hospital. However, that was one of our errors this year. That really was an error. And the error was that we did 50,000. We did that in March, did that in June, did them too close together, and we usually never do more than 30,000. And we just got carried away because it was a Children's Hospital. One, also it's yellow. And the amount of people kept ringing us up saying, gone into Tesco, there's no Hendersons in there. And it really was, a bad time for us. And we were just pleased when they were. We were pleased they were on the shelves and they were doing the job of people seeing the Children's Hospital. But we were pleased from a business point of view when they worked their way out. But I was in the Millennium Gallery the weekend, and they've still got some of those on the shelf. But you say, people then commission bottles from us. People, buy the bottles with special labels, and we charge them extra for making the special labels. That was done for the Varsity Games this year. That's the lead mill. That's for their anniversary, and then people are doing that all the time. One we've just done at the moment Richard Hawley. Richard Hawley's got a new CD out, and every time he brings a new CD out, he does a new Henderson's Village logo. We've just sent that one out. So they buy the bottles off us, and they do with them whatever they will with. We also did I showed the small one, the 142 millilitre one. What we do on that is we do wedding favours, and we do the orange bottle, and we have put on there, you know, Jill marrying John at wherever, and put that on. And there's a big thing in themed Sheffield or Yorkshire weddings, and that, the Kelham Island and other places all over Sheffield, and they put that on. You use that as the wedding favour, and often just perhaps put a tag on it, so with a name on for the name place as well. So that's something that sort of developed. We just love getting into everything. We do the local fairs, the Sheffield Food Fair and the Christmas market. Christmas market's coming up for the first weekend in December at Kelham. What we have gone into is merchandise. Because I've got a shop, we're on eBay, and added quite a lot of extra merchandise. Just done a Christmas card. This is going very well. This is a mug, it's black. When you put a cup of tea in it, it goes white and shows bottles of Henderson's. We've got tea towels. There's quite a lot of things. The best thing we got involved in merchandising last year was the cookbook. We did a cookbook back in the 80s, and in fact, a guy must be about 7 or 8 years ago, those you could buy on Amazon for pence. We went and bought every one of them, and now he sells them for about £24. So he's really clever in what he did with that. The Sheffield cookbook came out, we had about 4 or 5 pages in that, and so we spoke to Meze Publishing who did this. Meze published a Sheffield company, moving to an office down near Kelham. They do cookbooks for restaurants, food companies, for different towns. They've done a Derbyshire one since, they've done a Liverpool one, and they really are growing, and they're really good company. We did 5,000 copies of this, and we've just done the reprint. The reprint for 3,000 more is next week, and that's how popular that's been. That's been fantastically popular. But again, it's all spreading the word, and this is fantastic. Pete McKee on the front, and it's not pouring steel, it's pouring bottle Henderson. We are into social media. We don't do it ourselves. We provide all the information to somebody, but there's somebody does it for us. A girl does it for us in Sheffield. She's somebody who's quite well connected with lots of different sort of things around Sheffield. So she's got her ear to the ground as well. And so we've got a Twitter account and a Facebook. 35,000 followers on Facebook. I think Twitter's about 8,000, 7 or 8,000. But yeah, we all the time there's different things. That was in the Star. These both in the Star when the Queen came recently when we beat Worcester Sauce 3-0. So we say website, a new website this year. I had to change the website. Change the website so you can use it on mobile phones. Most people now a lot of people access the internet mobile phones, so we made sure it's mobile phone friendly. So we did that this year, and it's an online shop on there as well. It's got a presence on eBay. We sell things on eBay. Although I've cut that down a bit at the moment, trying to push our shop, and we've got an Instagram. We're posting on Instagram. We've got involved with Made in Sheffield. We actually now stick the label, put the label on boxes and on the bottles. And I have a bit of a passion about Made in Sheffield, in the fact not to do with. Made in Sheffield to me, it always was traditionally sort of metal bending people. And that's how I sort of look at it. And it's good that Henderson's got involved because we're not into metal. Because if you go around Sheffield, there are some amazing companies that aren't anything to do with metal. You saw on there the Christmas cards on there. In Sheffield, there's a company called Loxley's, just off London Road. They are the largest manufacturers of greeting cards in the UK. And who knows that? Nobody does it. The Children's Hospital. The Children's Hospital is the biggest children's hospital in the UK. More children go through there than any other children's hospital in the country. But whatever happens, you see Jimmy's on the TV, it's Liverpool, it's Great Ormond Street. That is such a fantastic hospital. It's just amazing. And I just think we should shout more and more about the things that go on in Sheffield. But next year, We're not going to do any specials next year of our own, because we are going to establish our brand. So we did make an error this year. Having made that error, we need to sort of make sure to put it right this year. Quantity management, we actually overfill our bottles. It should be about there. We do that under that, the litres, the gallons, on everything we overfill. And we could actually save ourselves an awful lot of money by filling properly. It does say on the bottle that it's 284 millilitres E, and the E actually is a European standard. It says roundabout. It doesn't have to be exact, but we will make sure it is exact. So it's something we're looking at. Obviously, we need to maintain the fan base, do all the things I told you we do, and we've got to carry on doing those. Must do it. We want to this year look for some more regional wholesalers. One of the problems is we sell to supermarkets in the area, we sell to wholesalers in the area, and wholesalers then sell it to small companies. Got somebody actually asking us about selling it in Dorset, just a small deli, which wants 2 boxes. Roughly £14 for the box of Henderson's, but it's £14 to send it there. So it doubles the price. So that's why we do deal a lot with supermarkets, and we need some regional wholesalers so we can sell to some other regional wholesalers who can then distribute it and sell it out to small shops. So that's one of my biggest things for next year. And if we do that, we'll have to get involved in some regional food fairs. So just to sum up, obviously Henderson's is a real fun place to work. Not always, but it's just a major problem with our website where it's not taking the payment right on the on our new shop, and I was sat there with my head in my hands and feeling gloomy this morning, but overcame that and it's back to being fun. And also, it's just a bit of fun and enthusiasm takes you a long, long way in life, and I suggest that's what Henderson's is all about. So that's just Henderson's in a very, very quick